Welcome everyone. Hi, I hope you're doing really well. Here I am with today's reading, which is all about, it's a timeless reading, and it's what do they really think about me? So what are their current thoughts on you, your situation, just everything around you guys really. Okay, so here we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So choose whichever pile resonates with you. I'm going to move the other piles off now, and then we'll get started. So if you do need to pause the video to make a choice about which card piles calls out to you, then please do that now. I'm going to start over here with number 1. Okay. So I'll put these here so that you can see. So let's have a look. Trust. You're being helped, which goes really well with trust. Temperance. The Hierophant and the Universe. Let's put these down here. Okay. So what do they feel about you? Okay, just let me take these energies in. Let me feel what's going on. Okay, yeah, it's really interesting because I feel that there is a very good chance, particularly with the Temperance, particularly with these cards about you're being helped and trust. I feel like this is quite possibly someone that you are in separation from, you know, that you are, or that you're waiting for some sort of commitment, some sort of move to the next level that hasn't been happening as yet, and you're kind of wondering where you're at with regards to that. How they see you is that they are, it says this situation is calling for you to have faith, you know, and so, and this with this you're being helped, I felt very much like these went together. So heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see results yet. Okay, so I feel like this person is trying really hard to, they do intrinsically know that they can trust you. They know really, but they have some issues around trust, around feeling like they can trust their intuition and the divine. You know, this could well be somebody who isn't as maybe quite as spiritually aware as you, isn't quite as awakened, maybe is still a little bit kind of stuck in the very practical. And they've maybe had some things happen. I certainly see that they're doing everything they can to balance themselves, to balance their energies, you know, because that's what the Temperance is all about. It's about coming into that balance. And this trust, balance, knowing that the universe is on your side, knowing that you're being helped, this is the thing that they are battling with. And although this is like me saying, well, I know this is about how they see you, but they're showing me how they feel, because what they're saying is this is more about them than it is about you. So this period of separation, or this inability to move forwards to the next stage, is really more about them. It's not about you, you know, because they're saying to me, the guys are saying that they do know really that they can trust you, but there are issues around trust. Yeah, because of them, because they're trying to find this balance. You know, so it's what they're saying very loud and clear, and I'm not going to say any more because there's no need to say any more. It's them. The reason why perhaps you felt the need to click on this reading and try and find out what's going on with them. They may be a bit quiet, they may be a bit secretive even, there may be some issues around communication. It's because they just are still in a bit of a fear space, and they're trying to balance themselves out. They know they don't need to be in a fear space, but they, you know, they're finding that they are still in that situation. However, we've got the World card here in the John Holland deck, which is the Universe. So this is a completion, this is an ending, you know, and I do feel this. Sorry, the light's just shining on it. You know, that they are going to come to some resolution, move to the next level. So if you're waiting for some sort of commitment or some sort of move to the next level, here we go with the Hierophant. We've got an ending and then a move towards commitment. And I don't necessarily mean like commitment in a marriage sense, although this card can mean that. It can be a proposal of marriage, it can be a commitment of that strength, but it's like whatever it is that you're waiting on. I feel you're waiting on something, whether it's to get back in contact or to move to that next stage. It is coming, but they are going to need to balance themselves, and how long that will take will depend on them, you know. But the main thing for you to understand is just to hold that space and to know that it's not you. The issue isn't how they feel about you. The issue is with themselves, with their trust, with their understanding of themselves spiritually, and that they can trust the universe, and that they do know they're being helped. Because at the minute I feel like they kind of get it intellectually, but it's not sunk into them yet. Okay, so that's what they're thinking, and that's where they're at. Okay, thank you guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Right, so we're going to move on to group number 2 now. So this was the crystals. Let's have a look. It's safe for you to love. Make a decision. 5 of Wands, the Fool, and the throat chakra. Okay, so how do they feel about you? Okay, they feel like you're a very safe person. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Okay, so number 2 is they feel like you are a very safe person. They feel like they can be themselves around you. They feel like they know where they're at with you. That they feel nurtured in your presence, that they're able to open their heart. So everything it asks you to do in this card, this is how they feel about you. They feel like they can open to you, and that they really do connect to that higher energy when they are around you. Okay. However, I feel like, very much like number 1, I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't a relationship that's in separation. Because I feel like here we've got make a decision, we've got the 5 of Wands, which is that quite, sort of like trying to battle it out, trying to work it out. It can be... This can be them also almost like debating with themselves about a situation. I feel like, you know, that they maybe are trying to decide whether they want to be with you or not, or whether they want to take that next step. There's certainly an internal battle around you. That's what they're saying. Okay, there's an internal battle. They feel very safe with you. They feel like you are a really wonderful, an amazing person. They feel safe with you, and that's a really amazing thing. They also feel, though, and this is what kind of inspired me to say that there's an internal battle around you, because they're trying to make a decision. Feeling stuck. So this card says, feeling stuck or decisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. They need to make a decision around you, and they know that. So how they're feeling and thinking about you at the minute is, what decision are they going to make? You know, what decision are they going to make? They don't know what to decide. You know, they feel they don't know what to decide, and that's what this internal battling's about here. However, this is kind of what's going on. This is where we're going to. They've said it's not the case for every set of cards. So if you listen to number 1 for somebody else or for yourself, I didn't say that with those cards, but it's not always the case that I read each pile exactly the same. They're saying this is kind of what's going on. This is where we're going. Right, so this person is moving to a new start. They're going to take a leap of faith. They're going to go with their intuition and go with their heart. And I feel that this is towards you. So this kind of silence, or this stuckness, or this like lack of commitment, or whatever, that lack of ability to move to the next phase. And I do feel like for a lot of you, this is like no contact, because it's like, do I make that decision to open up to this person again? The reason I say it might be no contact is that there's this kind of like battle going on, a new beginning, and then throat chakra, which is like communication. So if you are waiting for communication from this person, and the reason you clicked on this video was you're unsure about, are they actually interested in me? Do they want to see this new start with me? The indication is that for most of them, they do want to take that leap of faith. They do want to make that new start, and they do want to speak out and contact you. And for a lot of you, that will be the case, that they will make that decision to contact you, to have that fresh start with you. Or if you're in a relationship with this person, it's like they're going to make that decision to move to the next level, whatever that is. But it will have this full light energy. It will be a leap of faith on their part, you know, so it'll be a big thing for them, and it'll be about them coming from their heart, leaving the past behind, leaving that baggage behind, leaving those like disputes and arguments behind, and moving into something really fresh and new. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that reading. So much love to you, and thank you for being here. I'm now moving on to group number 3. So group number 3, we've got honeymoon, father healing, Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit, and positive movement forwards. Okay, so how does this person feel about you? Just taking it in. Okay, this is a really nice energy. It's funny because as soon as I saw this card, obviously in this type of reading it can mean a few different things. It can be travel, because it says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So this can be travel, this can be about, it can also, for me, because it reminds me of travel and going away, it can also be like a not a negative separation, but it can be time apart, not necessarily in a breakup sort of a way. But I feel with this, it's kind of like a honeymoon period, you know. And it's interesting, we've got like 2 boats here. You know, I feel like this is kind of like a honeymoon period, you know, like they're feeling very positive about you. They're feeling very romantic. I'm picking up a very romantic vibe around you, that it's quite almost like quite dreamy, but not entirely, because we've got this earth energy of the Knight of Pentacles over here. So but yes, it kind of feels to me, this reading, like the energy of this person is like a new relationship or a new connection. So I don't get necessarily separation here, but it could be. The last 2, I got a very strong sense that they were people who, you know, you weren't in a relationship with them necessarily, and with 2 I got the feeling that you weren't even in contact. But this one I don't get that so much, but it could be the case. There's definitely a sense that this is quite new, it's quite fresh, that there is a lot of romance around it, but I also feel there's a lot of work going on here. So this person, if you've got father healing here, your personal power increases as you give, and as you give any father related issues to heaven. So I do feel this person with the Pentacles as well, I get this sense of like hard work, you know, like this earthy, and we've got the 8 of Coins here as well, positive movement forwards, which is also like that working on yourself, working on your craft, working away. So how they feel about you is that they feel this kind of like very lovely romantic energy towards you, but I also feel like they're kind of focused on themselves. And with this Hermit card here as well, you know, there's this kind of going into themselves and working on themselves, working on their own light. I feel they're dealing with some issues. Yeah, I feel they're dealing with some issues. It's not a negative energy though. I just feel like perhaps you are kind of clicking on this video because you kind of feel this superficial level of their commitment, you know, like they maybe even feel a bit like meh towards you, you know, like are they that interested, or are they interested in taking this further? And I think that really what they're doing is they're trying to find some aspect of themselves, reconnect with themselves. There is also, they're saying, some of you, it's that they're really focused on their own projects, on their own work at the minute. Okay, they're saying that for this, in this time, that they're kind of like really working hard on their own lives. But I think for the most part, it's that they're working on themselves. You know, that they're trying to become this, for I think a lot of the people that you're inquiring about, if you're inquiring about a person on this video, I'm not making myself clear. I think you're talking about a divine masculine. That's what I was trying to say. I should have just said it much clearer. But anyway, and that they are trying to work out what sort of a masculine they want to be. Now this could be a female or a male. I feel like this is the energy of a male though, but it won't be entirely. It could be a masculine that comes in a feminine female body. But it's like they're trying to work out what sort of man do I want to be, what sort of masculine do I want to be, who am I going to be, what am I going to be. But it's coming from this really genuine place, because I feel with this Knight of Pentacles that it's like this is someone hardworking, trustworthy. Yeah, they may have a little bit of a temper and a little bit of a zing about them, but they're a decent person. Their superficial energy towards you is not about you. It's about them trying to either work on themselves or work on their actual career. And this is all for the purpose of finding their inner self more, you know, finding that inner light more. So it's not a bad thing. How they feel about you is this really lovely, warm, all I keep getting is this lovely, warm, romantic feeling. It's not really, really deep yet. But I don't feel this is because they're not bothered or they're not interested. It doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like it's quite new. Now, if you've been together a while and you're wanting to move to the next level and you're feeling like you're kind of stuck, that could be why, because they're still kind of needing to find those depths within themselves before they can find that depth within the relationship. Okay, so really it's about encouraging this hermit behavior, encouraging that self awareness and that depth, because that ultimately will allow this relationship to mature as well. But they have a really good and positive, romantic, almost dreamy like idea around you. Okay, so much love to you, and number 3s. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the next reading. Okay, oops. So number 4s, who chose this lovely stone. I don't know the crystals. I should do, but I don't. So whatever crystal this is group number 4. So we've got separation, blessed change, page of wands. Oh yes, you guys got 3 tarot cards. I can see why with this separation, blessed change, foundation and achievement, knight of cups. Okay. Right, yeah, this feels definitely like a separation. Yeah, as if you needed me to tell you that. Okay, this person has almost certainly gone into hiding of some sort. So whether it's that they have cut communication, they're not communicating with you in the way that you would like, or not as positively as they did before. I feel like whatever, this separation doesn't have to be literal. It can be that you're married, but this person has started to seem a little bit distant. Or this could be that you met this person, you had this amazing connection, everything went really well, and then they've cut contact with you. So and then everything in between. But the point is, the separation is like taking a step back in terms of commitment. So it says time apart from your partner is on the horizon. This has already happened, okay? And I feel, and that they have stepped back from you. So this is what's already happened. So they took that step back from you. Okay, they took that step back and they were kind of trying to find their own stability, because how they feel about you is, I want to jump right to the end because this is where it's at. Ultimately, they've got this Knight of Cups energy towards you, okay? So they feel very like inspired, and they feel very... They're offering you this cup of love. Now, the Knight of Cups can sometimes be a little bit dishonest. You know, there can be some, you know, this Knight energy is not the king, it's not the queen. So it can be a little bit, you know, shaky. But with this 4 of Wands, which is this kind of like foundations and achievements, this is stability. This can sometimes be seen as commitment, marriage, settling down sort of energy. So this together, and then the 8 of coins before that, this sort of like working hard on themselves, working hard on the situation. These 3 together tell me that they are kind of, how they're feeling about you is, you are somebody they really feel that they could settle down with, and whatever that means to you. So settling down with could just mean committing to. It might be traveling the world together and committing to. It might literally be a house in the suburbs with 2 kids and a dog. It depends on you and your circumstances. But they feel like they want to work hard towards this. They want to work hard towards this commitment situation. That's how they feel about you. They feel like they could do that with you. what they're saying to me is just be aware, because they are going to come towards you with this cup of love. You know, they do feel that they want to be this this knight in shining armor on a white horse coming towards you with love. Just be aware that he is or she is a knight. You know, so they might be not as mature. They might want to bring all this commitment and all this, and that they have worked hard on themselves. They are working hard on themselves. They're working hard for you. You know, how they feel about you is you're worth the hard work to sort themselves out and to be committed and to take it to that next level. Whatever type of a relationship you're in, just be aware that I'm always getting from this energy that they are sincere in their desire to be there for you, but it could be a little bit idealistic and perhaps not very practical. You know, there may be elements of them that they're still a little immature, or they're still not quite ready in the way they would like to be, you know. So they may come forward with this cup of love, really like wanting to take things to the next level and whatever, but they might need a bit of support, or they might not kind of actually realize exactly everything that they say they're going to, you know. But the good news is that this period of separation, they don't want to be in this separation anymore. How they feel is they want to come from this separation to blessed change. A major life change brings you great blessings. They know that they need to move out of this separation. They really do. They know they do. Because it's time to get away from this instability. You know, the Page of Wands is like this sort of innocent, stable kind of energy, you know. It's kind of like, it feels to me when it's in the reverse position, in this situation, it's like their life was upside down. Things were not being looked at the right way. It was kind of like, and it was all quite, I feel like there's been quite a lot of gloominess around this, or like a lot of sadness, because, you know, the Page of Wands is like this, oh, it's a good news and it's all really like sweet and lovely, and that was all kind of turned on its head, you know. And they didn't feel good. That's the message here. This separation did not make them feel good, does not make them feel good if you're still in it. But blessed change, blessed change is what they're working towards. They're trying to work on themselves and change the situation so that they can move towards this commitment. Okay, so how they feel about you is you're worth the effort, you're worth the commitment. They want to change for you. They want to make that change. Just be aware that when they do come forward with this offer, that not to necessarily expect them to deliver on every single aspect, because I feel like their idea of what they can bring will not necessarily be able to be substantiated in real terms, okay? But their feelings towards you are very genuine, and they have not been happy in this period of separation, and they are happy to change, and they're happy to do the work. So the attitude, they've got the right attitude towards you, and they really want to make it work. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading. So much love to you, and I will see you on the next reading.